You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Solimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. So, Kunchai has survived with me over the last almost 12 months. She's come from the land of banking into the land of advices.
Yes.
Oh, I wanted to start a story, but okay, you jumped in. Hello, Kunch.
Kia ora. Sorry to interrupt your story. You go
Let's
back.
do an episode today about your learnings as an advisor over the last almost 12 months. And how do you see this different to what you've done in the bank? Because you had, 15, 16 years in the bank?
Yeah.
Yep. And almost 12 months with me. And I think you aged. I think I aged you.
She's aged me, guys.
I love it. Awesome. Tell me.
What have I learned in the last, nearly 12 months? I can't believe how quick this year's gone. So, 12 months next month. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's absolutely crazy. Clearly enjoying it because it's gone by so fast. But I think what I've learned is in the advisor game, it's not just about interest rates. We've just done an episode on interest rates or how they go up and go down. But behind, every application, there's a real life story, families trying to create, trying to create security, buying their first home, navigating their fears as well of buying their first home. So I've learnt that, it's just not about just the numbers. It's just about real people. So it's been actually quite amazing to go on a journey with all those people as well. And just to see, you start talking to them 6 months ago and now they're settling on their house. Just amazing how that journey has come. And it just makes me so proud of them and their hard work, but also me getting the privilege of being able to, hold their hand through that journey as well. And and that's another thing when I actually talk about, when I think about holding their hand is, we literally hold your hand through this whole journey. So as advisors, I think we are the mortgage broker, we are the mum, we are the therapist, we are the lawyers, we are the insurance provider, because we're the sounding board for our clients. They ring us, their anxiety level is huge, and then we've got to talk them down from there. Just give them that reassurance. So I've learnt a lot of that as well, giving them that confidence to dive into that fear as well,
I was about to say, because in the beginning when they first come to us, it usually starts with a question of, I don't know if I can buy a house. Do you think I can? I don't think I'm ready yet. It usually starts like that, right? For the first-time buyers.
Yeah.
They come in, they're not confident, they're not sure. They also come usually from the background of my mum or dad never taught me about finances. We never talked about money. They never owned a house. So, I'll be the first one to ever own a house. But also they've got that narrative, and especially with the communities that we work with, a lot of, Maoris and Pacifica, they've grown up with a narrative that you can't do it. You're not good enough to have a house. So for us to dive in and I get teary thinking about it.
Can you stop getting teary?
Right?
You're going to make me teary and the camera's on me.
I can flip the camera, but I feel like this is a very important conversation because I feel like we are the ones that help them to break those glass ceilings, to go, no, actually you can buy a house.
Yeah.
You can be the first one in your generation to be a homeowner and to go and do whatever you want with that house and, nail your pictures to the walls and paint your fence and have a dog.
Such an amazing feeling to be able to help them break that generational stigma that has been put on their community and on their family as well. And just, only a couple of weeks ago, I actually went to one of the houses that I helped them buy, and just to see them settled in with their newborn, chilling on the couch and things like that, it's just so wholesome. I
like your word this year, wholesome. You mentioned that a few days ago at my birthday, and I kept thinking about it. Such a cool word.
Yeah.
We don't use it enough. And I think that pretty much sums up the journey that we go through with them. We're on this emotional roller coaster ride, and it's our job to make sure we're holding on to those barriers for them and keeping those bars down so they don't fly out of the cart of the emotional roller coaster.
and it is a emotional roller coaster, and that's what I've learned as well. Like, to us, it's just so easy, right? We're just like, we've done it a few times as well personally, and we go, it's just buying a house, like, but it's not. It's such a huge achievement for them, and I've learned that in this role we as advisor carry a lot of responsibility in helping them make the biggest financial decisions of their lives.
And it is, right? It is the biggest financial decision of their lives, because a lot of them, it's their lifelong savings. Usually it's their KiwiSaver. So they would have been working hard for the last 10 years to build their KiwiSaver to an average of 30 to 50K of what we see. Often it's their lifelong savings, or, just really working hard day and night, couple of jobs. It might be in some cases is inheritance. Like, we've got some people that either parents going, here, here's an early inheritance for you, or parents passing away, and that's the only last thing they've got left, and they don't want to ruin it. They don't want to go and splurge the money on something that they have nothing to show for. So usually reinvesting that money into a home gives them that solid feeling of, I'm doing something right by my family.
Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah. So I think that's my learnings, and obviously navigating, the bank systems and things like that. So it's not just, one bank that I need to understand policy. I need to understand every other bank, every other lender. So that's a huge growth for me as well, in terms of being able to navigate all the different lenders and things. And I'm not going to get it right the first time. There's just so much to learn. So, but
I think what you have learned, and watching you from the sidelines, is that if one bank says no, try another one, and then try another one, and try another one until you get a yes.
Yeah.
Because I think you've seen me long enough now to go, no, we do not take no for an answer. We just keep going.
Yes, that's another thing I learned, is we do not take no for an answer. We make the bank say no.
Yeah, but also often when the bank says no, we can still overturn that.
Yeah.
Because I had this phrase is, there must be something wrong on your end because it works on my end.
Yeah.
And that makes the bankers question of, well, if it works on her end and she's been around a long time, maybe we did get something wrong.
Yeah, and you're right. We could submit an application to, 4 different banks, and we get 4 different answers. So that's, definitely something I've learned as well. One will say yes, the other one says no, and then the other one says maybe. Yeah.
Next time. And we just had that, right? We even do personal loans, and we just had a personal loan for a client, and one bank approved within a day. I think within half an hour.
Half an hour.
It was so fast. But she wanted to see what else she could get from other places.
Yeah.
And then one we waited for a week, and then that came back and it was a no. And then the other one came back and said, we're deferring it for 3 months. Come back in 3 months' time. So it was just really, really strange how she had 3 different outcomes. Okay.
Yeah.
What else have you learned?
Well, it's not a 9-to-5 job. So I've learned that it's not a 9-to-5 job. You can't just shut off
Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday, yeah, definitely not. But I do enjoy it because it's a balancing act, right? You balance that work-life balance. If you're going to work late or start early and things like that, you just balance it all out. So, I do like the balancing of work-life.
Do you like your boss?
Yes.
Good. I'm we're on air, coach, and we're live. You better say something nice.
I didn't hesitate. I'm still here.
Good. Because that was my worry, right? You've come from a very corporate world where there's structure, where there is policies and guidelines and, SOP, standard operating procedures for working and this and that, and coffee breaks and morning teas. And
so many coffee breaks and morning tea.
and you've entered my zone. And when you first started, it was just me. It was a few girls in the background doing some admin work, but they were all remote. So it's not like we had a place to go to and a place to be. So you were the first hire of the year, really, if you look back in January last year. And I think at first you were like, what the heck have I done? Is that the right read I get here? Yeah.
It's oh my God. And I think you're right. I was so used to what we called an operating rhythm. So we're very structured. We have, the rhythm, and it was literally like, oh, okay, this ball's rolling here, the ball's rolling there, and it was just an adjustment to that. Yeah.
Because often we do have 100 balls in the air, and it's really how do we manage and which ball is the most urgent one for us to catch right now and pass on.
Yeah.
I think for you as well, what I've been proud of to watch you on the sidelines as well is the way you navigated very complex deals, just not from, as we talked, and this is sort of looping back, not from the structural point of view, because you know how to deal with trusts and businesses and stuff like that, but from the emotional point of view, and also helping clients to understand non-bank lending when they do have issues. Because I remember when I first joined, it took me a while as well to take off my banker hat, where you go, oh, it's bad credit, no, we can't do this. Or, you don't have 20% deposit, we can't do that. I think watching you from the sidelines as well was going, okay, he's finally realizing we can do non-bank deals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When the light bulb did click, because yes, there was deals that came across the table, and I'll be like, that wouldn't fly, but it flies elsewhere. And that was where I just needed to remind myself that actually it's not just one place we submit things through. We have other options. So, it's been really cool to see that as well, like to get things approved, whereas they wouldn't typically get approved.
And also I think for older clients as well, because, bank standard is 30 years to the retirement age of 65, and then usually you can't really get a home loan over 30 years, over your retirement age. So you can't be like 70 or 80 still having a home loan. But also for you, because you had few older clients this year.
I did. I was quite surprised that, there were a few, almost at retirement as well that were like wanting to buy their first home, and amazing how we could get that across the line as well. So also the one highlight was actually a client having a default, and then they, after investigating and things like that, and me actually encouraging them to go, no, actually you can challenge this with the provider who actually put that default on their credit check. They were able to challenge, and it got removed.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
Again, something you probably wouldn't have done in the bank.
No, I probably would have not. Would have been like, no, this is on your credit check, sorry, unsuccessful.
Yeah.
And then go and investigate yourself.
Yeah.
But here you're investigating with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So cool.
One other thing, I feel like it's like an episode of I'm so proud of you, Kunj. This is your annual praise, by the way. This is your annual review.
End of the year review.
This is how we do end of the reviews here in Zibonisa's World, live on podcast. I think one other thing was really cool to watch is your community and how much you actually could tap back into your community and help them.
It's actually been really amazing how I've been able to tap into the Pōrero community, the community that's given so much to me, just being able to, help them achieve their home ownership goals or their finance goals, So if you're in Pōrero area, hit me up. Holla.
I love how your accent changed straight away. You were like all professional and then suddenly we talk about Pōrero and you're like, woof, it changed gears. That was really cool to watch because I know in your previous role at the bank, you couldn't really deal with those clients because of the patch that you were working in. And I know when we were having our interviews, it was one of the things you mentioned that you really want to give back to the community. And it was really cool to see over the last few months how now that's finally coming to fruition.
Yeah, it is.
And people know what you're doing and they know your name and they're coming to you. So this is really, really cool.
Yeah, it's actually really exciting. So I cannot wait to see what 2026 brings for that side of things. So bring it on, 2026.
So what's our phrase for 2026?
Bring it on, 2026. I haven't actually thought about that yet because what was 25 and thriving? I'm not sure.
And then it turned into 25
and surviving. So I don't know what 2026 is yet, but I'm excited about 2026.
All right. Sweet. Conch, thank you so much for being part of this team. I'm very grateful to have you on board, and I can't wait to see what 2026 brings us.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Bye. And that's a wrap on That Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.